Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nick Talks. So, today I want to go over the plan, the big plan, or maybe the small steps before the big plan, the precursor to the big plan, which we will reveal at a later date. So, originally, I talked about it before, it was small stuff: get a desk, get a computer, get a workbench, organize that stuff. That's all taken care of now. So, first, we got to get a car, another car. Right, just so we have two vehicles, a vehicle each, makes things much easier, much more maneuverable. So, we're going to get another car, and then the next is the house. That's the first entry into hopefully a grand portfolio of real estate so that we can kind of start building up more of an appreciating asset instead of just, we got to stop paying rent. You know, with renting, you're just throwing money down into a hole, and as much as we pay living here in Miami, we could probably afford a mortgage somewhere else. All we have to do is make the money for the down payment and build sufficient credit. So the passive projects are going to have to be saving money and building credit. So that's going to lead us to first the car and then the house. And then after the house is going to be the boat, right? What the plan is we're got to get the car regardless. Then we're going to get the house. Okay, we're going to live in this house, and then we're going to get the boat. And then while we're doing this, hopefully this junk starts taking off, or we can find other ways of making sufficient money on the side or whatever. Or honestly, we could probably, if we learn more about real estate, do something like the Burr method: buy, rehabilitate, refinance, and repeat. That might be ideal, but we'll kind of see what the cards are. And then once we have our first real estate and we have the boat set up, we're going to make sure that the inside of the boat is worthy enough to live aboard for 6 months to up to 3 years. That's the plan. And then we are going to purchase property number 2, which ideally would be a duplex, but it doesn't really matter. It could be single family home, could be duplex, could be triplex, doesn't matter. Second property for renting specifically. And then we're going to move onto the boat and either sell off our stuff, put it in storage or something, and then we're going to live on the boat for a certain amount of time while we rent the first 2 properties and allow that to kind of pay things over. You know, in doing so, we could probably get some great content. We could travel around, we could see the world, we could, live our lives a little bit while learning as much as we can. That's also when I'm going to officially buckle down and write the book that I'll get into at a different time. And then eventually come back and buckle down on some more projects. So to go over: car, house, boat. House number 2, live on the boat, rent the 2 properties, and accumulate some cash flow. That's what we want to do. And then hopefully in doing so, we can either purchase a third property as we return, and then we could live there, or B, just kind of flip back and forth between the boat and an apartment or something like that, and keep making content, keep learning, and then settle down and grow, the numerous businesses that we have planned. Just so that I have a precursor, so that I don't just start doing this stuff and then afterwards it's like, oh yeah, I was actually planning to do that the whole time. No, I've been planning this stuff since we moved here, essentially. Well, maybe for the last year at least, this has been planned. And I got a whole web of stuff that needs to get done, and that's how we're going to start. So that's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. And it's going to be a sailboat, by the way, because that's what we want. Long term, we want to turn the sailboat into at least capable of complete off-grid living, just as like a insurance policy, just in case something goes down. Because as we talked about in the past, we're all about self-sufficiency, self-sustainability, and independence from the system, as well as contingency plans. Because if you don't have a plan for when shit goes south, then you're going to be going south with it, right? And so that's ours. And then grand scheme, we can kind of go into that at a later date. I'm not sure how much of that I want to reveal just yet, especially given how expansive it is. And that's the game. So that's the game plan, and I'll let you know how it goes. Hopefully the car is going to be coming in the next 3 to 6 weeks, and then everything else is geared towards the house. Follow along with me, check it out, see how we go, and I'll update you the whole way. And with that, I will say thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Like and subscribe, and Nick out. That was way faster than I thought it was going to be.